What you doing?
Just writing some stuff down, you know. Gotta do some business. Taking care of things. What?
This is Death Note.
No.
I'm watching you. So...
A couple days ago, a new Death Note movie came out.
Yeah.
And it's American.
It's American.
It's English. And white people.
Speaking of which, we're not talking about that today in this review. No siree. This movie, not an anime, this movie, Otaku's gonna kill us. We're reviewing this movie.
Alright, so this movie is based off of the anime, Death Note. Is it based off the manga, or is the manga afterwards?
The manga and the anime kind of go hand in hand,
Okay.
with slight differences. We're not gonna split hairs and go into manga, anime, movie, live adaptations in Japan, because this franchise has gone through a whole lot. Like, it has a manga, it has an anime.
It has a really bad live adaptation in Japanese.
Ooh, don't say bad. You're gonna offend our fans. All 25 of them.
Anyways, this is the American version of it, and it's set in Seattle, Washington.
And because I'm American, I'm inclined to like it. I'm kidding. I like it just because it's a great series. I'm just gonna rip that band-aid right off. As its own standalone movie, this movie was good. It was a good movie.
It tells a story, it tells the plot, it tells the entire thing, and wraps it up in a nice little box and presents it to you, and it's cool.
Also, let's talk about Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe did a really good job as Ryuk. Because there was one scene in, 9 minutes in? 9-10 minutes in, where it was just like, Light is reading through the book and he's like, beware of Ryuk. And
It's pronounced Ryuk.
okay, but I paused the movie right then and there, looked over to Foe. I was just like, no.
It's the next Ang from Airbender.
So I unpaused it. I'm like, alright, if this movie says Ryuk throughout the whole movie, I'm not watching it. And then
45 seconds later, he says,
hey kid, it's pronounced Ryuk. And he's like, oh, Ryuk.
Anyways, Ryuk is a creepy death god.
He is
Spiky.
He looks like a porcupine. He looks like a porcupine in this movie. But then again, he kind of looks like a porcupine in the anime. But the only difference between the anime and the movie, it's because in the anime he has spiky hair, and there's not a real way to give him spiky hair in the movie, so they just kind of make it look like what do porcupines have? Spines.
And Ryuk was very well done. It was a mixture of practical and CG effects.
Yeah, it was really cool because in the end credits, just kind of going over the different things of what was going on with this movie. At the very end of the credits, they actually show Willem Dafoe's face with the motion captures and the spikes. He's just like, eh. I'm just like, that's brilliant. Since it's a Netflix original series, there's not a whole lot of behind the scenes kind of dealios. It's not like a DVD where you can go to the special features. Which, I mean, if this movie had, a physical copy, I definitely would buy it.
Going on to our main character, Light Tanner.
Tanner.
In the American version, in the Japanese version, it's Light Yagami, but it's America.
Yeah, Light isn't like the Light in the anime. Okay, so we're gonna compare and contrast real quick. Light in the anime is very cunning, very smart, very
God complex.
It's very God complex. In the American version, okay, so that's Light Yagami, the anime. So let's go ahead and talk about Light Tanner. Light Tanner is he's smart. No, mind you me, he is smart. He sells his homework to other kids.
He's a little bit more angsty.
he's kind of a prick. Like, just straight up. Like, if I was to meet Light Tanner, I would punch him in the face. Just because he's a jerk.
Still God complex eventually, but we get to that later.
What is it though? Does he really have a God complex?
Okay.
Or does he just want to get laid? Speaking of which, let's talk about Mia.
We don't have Misa Misa, we have
Mia. Mia is the female lead character of this whole series where she kind of swayed Light into starting up Kira. What's Kira? Kira is the god. Not really god, but
in a godlike fashion, they use the Death Note together as a couple.
As a couple.
This movie needs a couple and romance and stuff to make it all the more dreadful and mean. Anyways, they use this romance to create a relationship of godliness and death.
Right, because Kira brings criminals to justice.
By death.
By death. And they do it in a very Final Destination manner. It's not like in the anime, because in the anime, a lot of the criminals died by heart attacks because Light was just like, okay, I'm just gonna write down the names, they died by heart attacks, dealer's choice, whatever. No, this guy's just like decapitation, dies by waterlogging. It's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. These two kids are crazy.
Crazy, they cray. They cray.
So those are our main characters. We also have Light's dad, who's a cat.
Who's cat?
Who's a cat.
Kept that.
Cat. Wait, we forgot about the main character. The one that everybody loves. Everybody loves him.
Oh yeah.
Only goes by one name.
One letter. L.
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 L is a super genius.
Super genius.
He is also a detective, world's best private investigator. He has solved dozens upon dozens upon dozens. They don't specify how many crimes he's solved, but they've gone into like how extreme these cases are.
But he is ballsy.
Yup. Goes straight up to Light. I know it's you.
I don't have a gun, by the way, but it's you. I don't have any way to protect myself, but it's you. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, I'm L. Lisa's Light. Okay? Ready? Sing. You're Kira.
No, I'm not.
I don't get check. I get checkmate. That was pretty much their interaction with one another. He just straight up goes into the diner where Light's sitting at. It's just like, I know it's you. I don't have hard evidence, but I know it's you. And,
Very cunning, he puts everything together, cracks the case, eventually figures out that it is Light, that is Kira.
Which, let's talk about real quick about what the fans thought about this whole interaction with them. Like, with L confronting Light, a lot of people didn't like it. As a creative standpoint, that scene is beautiful. Because at that moment, Light knew his back was in the corner. And, as a movie, it needs to be sped up like that.
L was portrayed very well. His mannerisms, the way he talked, his gestures, and how he held things specifically, and how he sat. It was very much L from the anime. Okay, let's go into cinematics. How was this shot?
It was shot as if it kind of reminded me of like 80s, modern 80s.
And really cool angles, behind the object, looking over at the characters, a lot of that.
Right, just Ryuk was out of focus a lot of the times, which is beautiful.
Makes it more a little bit demonic and sinister, and what's there.
Reminds me of an old-fashioned horror movie where like you don't really see the villain.
A lot of it's really dark and shadowy. It's very not gloomy, but it is very tense.
It's shot really well, in my honest opinion. So, in creativity, in a creative standpoint, I give this movie the whole benefit of the doubt. It did what it could with this franchise because it was the first time it came to popular America.
They portrayed this in an American way very well. The dynamics between Light and his father, the school setting, all of that. They did it wonderfully while still keeping the heart of Death Note as Death Note. I really liked how they creatively made it American, and they did it wonderfully.
The music choice for this movie, they had a lot of like 80s music, believe it or not. I'm a sucker for the 80s. It was a nice touch. They even added in The Power of Love.
Ironically.
But we won't talk about that. That's spoiler territory.
Well, the music, it was pretty good. It heightened everything emotionally and made everything a bit more fun to watch. I gave the music a solid. Music is solid.
And in the case of being binge-worthy, which, I mean, you can't really binge a movie. You would just rewatch it. So it's more of a rewatchability, topic.
I'd rewatch this.
I would rewatch this. I will rewatch this. Wait.
Heart attack. Get it? No. We need to talk about Collector Cohen.
Joke's on her. I didn't tell her my real name.
Touché.
So altogether, we gave this movie a solid B.
B rating.
B rating.
On a scale of S to D. Or, I guess, technically F. But it's pretty solid. It's a good movie.
Well, since it's American, wouldn't it be F to A?
It's a B. It's a good B. Let's give it a B+.
Okay. Make sure you like, subscribe,
and comment down below what you want us to review next.
and make sure you share this with your senpais and your kohais, or else we'll write your name in the death note.
Also, Collector Cohen is on his way. Or there's going to be MOFO. There's going to be MOFO, and all of the Wasp Nest crew is going to be there having a panel. Come join us. Support is always appreciated. There's going to be lots of nerdy stuff, collecting stuff, comics, stuff, cosplay, and everything. It's going to be September 9th and 10th at the Rabobank Arena.
Well, gee, I don't think I can make it. So make sure you be there, or else we'll write your name in the death note. Oh wait, we already used that joke. Alright, we gotta end this episode. I'm running out of jokes. And remember, kids, you can't spell a dweeb without weeb. Goodbye.